Den Chat today, anal play for heterosexual men. Although we don't have accurate statistics for such things, there's a lot of anecdotal evidence that heterosexual men are engaging more in anal play with their female partners. And today we have one of my favorite guests and a favorite of some of you audience members out there as well, Spicy Suzy, to share her views on this. Welcome, Suzy. Always a perfect pleasure to be here, Dr. Jenn. Well, thank you. What can you tell us about these topics? Well, I'm glad you asked. Back in 1998, a sex education video called Bend Over Boyfriend ended up being very popular. It seemed to kick off a trend of women strapping on a dildo to anally penetrate their male partners. It's also called pegging, thanks to Dan Savage. Okay, so this isn't something that folks talk about that much. No, it's not. And like you said, we can't know how common it is. Well, so from what you know, why do you find that women are interested in engaging in this? Great question. It seems that one of the big draws is the sense of power women feel in the role reversal. Heterosexual men rarely experience a sense of sexual vulnerability regarding being penetrated. And this shift can be appealing and arousing to some women. It's likely the naughtiness factor, too. That is fascinating, and it makes sense. So, well, what about men? What's pulling them to explore this? Well, men are drawn to this for various reasons. Some like to explore their pleasure zones and know what their body has to offer. Our whole body is a pleasure zone, and the anus is quite a pleasure hole. Oh, a pleasurable hole. Okay. Okay, so it's mostly open-mindedness around sexual play? Well, yes, I think that's some of it. Also, a big player is the male G-spot, or more accurately, the prostate, or P-spot. This prostate stimulation is only accessible through the anus. So stimulating or milking the prostate can be incredibly pleasurable for men and lead to an intense, full-body orgasm. Wow, when you say milking, I'm picturing this. And so, yes, I've heard that an orgasm like it can be a really amazing feeling. Oh, honey, it makes me wish I had a prostate. And besides all these physical aspects, the mental, emotional, social component of naughtiness can also be very arousing. We tend to hear more about naughtiness factor with women, but men can also get off on that. Huh, okay, so do you have any advice for men that want to explore this? Yes, well, most of the advice is very similar to what you offered women in your episode, Anal Sex, Advice from a Gay Man to Straight Women. Wash up, relax, go slow, use lubricant, start small, and putting gentle pressure on the sphincters will help them relax. All right, that's awesome. Anything about the prostate specifically? Oh, well, you can find that little walnut-shaped nugget of male sexuality goodness about 2 to 3 inches inside the anus, near the base of the penis. Then a gentle stroking or thrusting feels good to some guys, while a steady pressure feels good to others. Just take your time and be present to what feels good and what doesn't. That sounds like perfect advice, Suzy. Thank you so much for digging around with me into anal play.